Greetings and welcome to the GSL VODs. Tastes and Artosis here on what I would say is probably going to be one of the best days of the entire tournament.
Probably one of the best days ever. We have
my bad.
Like 2 insanely good matches coming up. This is going to be some fantastic StarCraft. We have Maru. He's like the savior of Terran. He's the Terran player that could still win even before the patch.
Only had 3 Terrans at the start of this tournament.
He's like the hipster Terran.
Yeah.
He was like winning when it wasn't cool to win a Terran. And he's still playing well. I'm going to go against Life, who is just he's at a peak.
I don't know if he can beat Life. I want Maru to win because I'm loving this narrative of the one lone Terran in this thankless journey of beating Zergs and Protosses.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to go, but it's going to be awesome. And don't forget, we have Sue against Parting, and, of course, 2 very good players, 2 top-of-the-world players. That should be fun as well.
Just 2 days ago, we saw which of the rest of the Protosses got through. We did have some upsets.
Yeah, I guess you could call them upsets, but this can happen when you're, on a plane.
Jet lag is a real
and,
thing.
Yeah.
Are you still jet lagged actually from your trip?
Yeah.
Jet lag's brutal, man.
For those waking up at funny hours.
I don't know what jet lag is going to do to us when we find out, like maybe 20, 30 years from now after extensive research, but I think it will kill us slowly. Jet lag is brutal. We had SOS come back after winning IEM, after winning $100 grand, and then he lost pretty badly to Zest. And the same went for
Pretty
Hero.
badly.
Pretty badly.
An understatement almost. That was less than 1 hour,
was,
all included.
That was the shortest day that I think we had ever casted in our entire
that
lives.
best of 5 was for sure the shortest best of 5.
That was definitely
ridiculous.
Also, about the global tournament.
Yeah, that's right. We have that global tournament coming up. And
there's some more information about that now.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. You can read all this. I'm not going to read it to you.
I wish you would, Artosis.
GSL Global
with
Tournament.
your sexy man voice. When Artosis talks, the oven is on, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, definitely don't miss out on that. Today, Artosis, what are your predictions?
Oh, man. First prediction, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Winner of Maru Life wins the tournament. For this match.
Who wins between these 2 now?
Between these 2 right now. Give me 1 second. Life.
That's what
Life
I thought
wins,
too.
and
I
then,
hope I'm wrong though, but if I gun to my head, man.
Parting beats Sue.
If Sue wins there, that'll be a big upset. Nothing against Sue and his incredible skill, but
fantastic CVP
Parting
player.
is so iconic when it comes to Protoss. I mean, he is so perfect. Did you get a chance to see the game where he got proxied and killed his opponent with the probes, and then like one
No, I
soccer
didn't see that yet. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It was so beautiful. Sent the probes across the map. He's like, well, I think I have like 4 more probes than you if I send all these right now.
I was actually yesterday watching a bunch of the Maru games that I didn't get to cast.
Oh, yeah?
And it was pretty funny, like just making a racks in his opponent's base, and he gets scout. He's like, all right, GG.
So as you can see, Zest and Rain are the ones that moved on. We didn't really get a chance to talk too much about Rain. Rain played very well against Hero.
Hero actually played very well as well, even though he was also flying in jet lag.
Yeah, it was SOS and Hero were a jet lag finalists from IEM. I don't know if Zest is going to get far in this tournament. He's a bit of the dark horse. Rain has been around for a very long time, not quite as long as Parting.
This is his, 3rd top 8 in a row, and now he's a top 4. And
I don't have the information with me, but I believe you're correct.
Yeah, he made a finals against Maru before. Imagine if we had that rematch.
No, that would be
Maru
terrific.
against Rain in the finals once again.
That would be terrific.
That would be just fan-diddly-astic.
Oh, yes. Life against Maru here, I think that's a match everybody's watching, not just because of these 2 guys and their great personalities.
It's packed
but
here
simply,
today.
Yeah, it is. More people than normal here. A lot of foreigners here as well.
Yeah.
As we always say, entry here is free. Come to Samsung Station, and you'll find us right away.
I never can remember if it's exit 1 or 2. My brain just walks the path.
I actually skipped it because I think half the time I've said exit 1 and half the time I've said exit 2.
Yeah, well, I when I was watching those VODs, you said, like, exit 2, and Wolf was like, no, it's exit 1. You're like, really?
Like, well, people have not been able to find this studio for a long time. We've been coming here for so long, I don't even count the exits. I just know the path.
Yeah.
And of course, this whole area out here in Seoul is great. You can go check out the mall before the matches if you want to do some shopping.
Yeah, they're
at Samsung
rebuilding
Mall.
it.
Yeah,
It's
kind
of got gutted there for a bit. Oh, the aquarium is fantastic. I've gone there like 7 times.
Was that where you wanted to rescue that the manatee?
No. It was a walrus, but on the bottom of the 63 building there is an aquarium, and there is a walrus that is in a tank that is slightly bigger than one walrus. Just slightly. It's like
we gotta go save that walrus, man.
It's as if the walrus is wearing a baggy shirt. Like that's the size of the walrus tank. I have never been so sad as soon as I walked in, I saw this. I'm like, this isn't right.
Honestly, zoos make me sad most of the time that I go there. I enjoy them, but occasionally you see all those animals laying against each other in the corner of the cage, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, they don't want to be here.
That can be very sad for sure.
Do you see that movie Blackfish?
No.
The Sea World.
Oh, I heard about it. It's like a documentary or something?
Yeah, the killer whale that ate the trainer.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You should actually check that out. You'd like that.
I would.
You would like that as well. But don't watch
I don't know,
that
actually, it sounds kind of sad. I might not like it.
It's great. It exposes, how truly screwed up some of these animal amusement parks are. Anyways, on to something slightly more topic. We're going to interview our 2 players.
In a way, this is our own little animal amusement park. We have these pro gamers locked in these little booths and making play against each other.
They want to go home, they want to eat, they can't until they win a game.
Yeah.
So again, this is the match I think everybody's been waiting for here. Between Life, Azurg, and Maru, the only Terran left.
두 선수 참 많은 분들이 이 대결을 기다렸습니다. 먼저 지금 오신 지 한국에 오시고 얼마 안 되셨잖아요. 컨디션 어떠세요?
그냥
How's your condition? You just arrived back in Korea.
하려고 생각했습니다.
컨디션 그렇게 좋진 않은가 봐요.
그냥
Not so good, actually.
Don't forget, he was at IM as well.
그래요? 그냥 그렇다고 하네요. 잘 됐을까요?
He did have extra days of rest, though.
아니라서 지금 잘 모르겠어요.
그러세요. 사실 이 프로리그에
Maru as well says his condition is not that good.
그래서 그런지 왠지 자신감이
Oh, you didn't practice? I didn't practice either.
수만 다 이겨가지고 저거저는 아직 자신이 없어요.
저그전은 아직 자신이 없다. 사실 이 두 선수가 GSL에서는 처음으로 만나게 됐습니다.
Yeah, he said, I made it here beating Protoss. I'm not so confident against Zerg.
궁금한데요. 오늘 경기 기대되세요?
네, 재밌을 것 같아요.
재밌을 것 같다. 이승현 선수는 어떠세요?
But he thinks today's match is going to be fun.
재미없을 것 같다. 왜요?
Life says no, it's not going to be fun.
그렇군요. 굉장히 자신감 있는 모습 좋은데요.
Life is so cool.
사실 이 두 선수의 공통점이 굉장히 많아서 많은 분들이 17세 리그라고 부르기도 합니다. 공통점 많은 거 알고 계세요?
그냥 나이 빼고는 잘 모르겠어요.
그래요. 나이 빼고는 모르겠다. 주성주 선수는요?
저도 나이 빼고는
They've got a lot of things in common.
두 선수 공통점이 많다고
And both players have answered that.
참 화제입니다. 공격 스타일이나 팩이 있는 모습도 닮았다.
They said they play a lot in common, and there's not much different from them apart from age.
닮았다 이런 얘기도 많이 나오고 있거든요. 사실 이 두 선수 동갑인데 친하게 지내세요? 어떠세요?
딱히 만날 일이
Are you guys
없어서
friends? You guys are the same age.
일도 없어서 별로 딱히 친하다고는 할 수 없는 것 같아요.
오늘 이 경기에서 좀
I can't really say we're friends. I've hardly met the guy.
지내세요?
네, 말은 했어요.
하지만 다정하게 이렇게 대화를 나눠본 적은 없으신가요?
만난 적이 없는 것 같아요.
그렇군요. 이 8강 진출 후에
Maru's the same thing. We've never met.
칭찬했다고 들었는데
That makes them mortal enemies.
She should set them up on a play date.
They should, man.
그때 한 번 하고 기억이 없는데
Bring him down to Chuck E. Cheese's.
그렇다면 두 선수의 대결을 기대하는 팬분들을 위해서 이 팬분들께 인사를 하겠습니다. 먼저 이승현 선수부터 해볼까요?
Any comment to your fans?
안녕하세요. 저는 스타텔 소속 저그 이승현이라고 합니다.
Hello, I'm StarTale Zerg. I'm StarTale Life.
자기 얘기는 아니었고 팬들에게
자기소개 아니었어요?
한마디
그래요?
하고 싶은 말 있으면 해보시죠.
딱히 할 말은 없는데 좋은 경기 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
Nothing special to say, actually.
할 말은 없지만
I'll try to show some good matches.
자, 조성주 선수도 한 말씀 해주시죠.
테란이 저 혼자 나온 만큼 열심히 해서 꼭 올라가도록 하겠습니다.
네, 알겠습니다.
Since I'm the only Terran left, I'm going to do my best to advance.
4강에 진출할 선수는 누군지 기대를 해보고요. 오늘 승패를 떠나서 멋진 경기 기대하겠습니다. 네, 열심히 하세요.
감사합니다.
네. 자, 본격적인 경기 전에
And that's gonna do it for our interview.
데이터 확인하고 가겠습니다. 화면 나와주세요.
How you doing, Artosis?
I'm doing really well. I'm very excited about today.
Yeah, me too. I think this is going to be awesome. If life goes on, he could win again here. He's looking so strong.
Both these guys are champions.
Yeah, and you know, with Maru, I mean, what a great story. What if he wins this entire tournament after having basically no Terrans?
Yeah. Well, it would show that Terran was the strongest race all
It
along.
was, and those kids who were whining, well, they needed to, you know, buck up.
You need to play like Maru.
Yeah, there you go.
What, you can't play like the best Terran in the world?
Yeah. So we're going to get started in this match very soon here. It is a best of 5, by the way. We're not in you know, group phases or anything like that here. They also know the maps ahead of time, all the maps, so it's not a situation where loser picks.
As we can see, we haven't had that many recent versus Terran matches here from Life. Maru a little bit more against Zerg.
Man, Life versus Maru, this is going to be a blast. I think we're probably going to have a lot more viewers than normal here. A lot of Terran fans.
Oh, I hope so.
It's funny to see how times changed. It used to be that the Terrans were dominating and the Protosses were sparse.
Yeah. And
kind of our Spartan warriors. Now it's changed, and the Terrans are almost extinct here in this season of GSL.
That's right. Now they are Leonidases. And
that's right.
The Protosses are the million-man Xerxes army.
Yeah. Or the Xerxes army, the Persians?
Yeah.
That's right.
The Xerxians.
The Xerxes, actually, would be what Life is right now.
All right. So I'm pretty excited to get into this, man.
Yeah, it looks like we might have a small delay here. Normally we would go throw into the player booths by now. I'm not sure if one of the players is not ready. By the way, Artosis, it's good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
We've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm, that game that you don't get to have because you're not a caster like us.
This is like stabs you and turns the knife.
In case you forgot.
I'm more important than you.
Yeah, don't forget. So we've been playing a lot of that. That's been a blast.
That is so funny. I love it.
I'm absolutely in love with the game.
It's really fun.
I think it's going to be huge. I was very skeptical at first.
Yeah?
I've dabbled with MOBAs, but I'm no expert by any means. If you ever watch me stream Dota, you'd know that right away. But this game looks really good, and it's really, really different from the other MOBAs that are out there.
Yeah, it's, well, I wouldn't really know because I never really watched or played MOBAs, but I'm enjoying it. So, Tasteless. I have a new little thing I want to check out here.
Yeah,
I want to assign every player today a spirit animal.
Oh, yeah.
And I want your input. When I look at Maru, I kind of think like maybe a young lion or something like that.
A young lion.
Yeah, because his hair is like a mane or something. What spirit animal would you give Maru?
Chameleon.
A chameleon?
Oh, no, I was thinking of Life. I think you're going to ask me Life.
Oh.
Life's chameleon.
Why is he a chameleon? Because he changes color?
Yeah. That's exactly
Because he climbs up walls and eats bugs?
I'm trying to think of like the weirdest animals I could possibly give these guys for animals. I'm like, well, Maru's a penguin for sure. Just so you guys know, my spirit animal is in fact the sloth.
That is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
My spirit animal is Tasteless.
All right. Game number 1 is ready. It's going to be on Habitation Station. Let's go.
Hot 6 GSL Season 1, Round 8. Life versus Maru.
So this is one of our weirder maps. The gold minerals are back.
They're back.
Which is made for some very interesting games. Not so much in TVZ, but a lot of Protosses have been able to sneak over to the expansion right away.
Yeah, and notice that Maru didn't lift off his command center to go to the gold minerals because it's bad. Now he is sending out his TV. I see so many people talk about the lift to gold minerals
That's
strat.
too much lost time. Yeah.
I'm like, no.
That was like a strat people were doing in the beta.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, how much can I get out of these gold minerals? We have a double proxy,
double
Rax, excuse me.
Double 11.
11-11.
I like that he's opening like this. It's true. He's played mostly Protoss. He hasn't had as much time against Zerg. So, well, yeah, he's in trouble. That's not going to work.
That's a pull right away.
All right, GG. So, what is the second map? Now, when you open up a Speedling first against something like this, against double proxy 11 racks, the double proxy 11RX like just can't really do damage. The Zerglings are going to be able to way outplay you, outmaneuver you, run around you, all that stuff. And he's going to see no racks.
Yeah, this is a pretty big tell right away. This is, of course, engineered to get a Zerg that's going to be greedy and expand first. Actually, not even greedy, just standard.
Yeah.
Expanding first. Now, Life is doing quite the opposite.
Well, Life is such an aggressive Zerg anyways. He can open up with the speed instead of a hatchery and figure out what to do with it. Right now, Maru's heart is sinking.
I would tell you guys right now, Life is probably the best control for Zerg in the world.
Yeah, his Zergling micro is for sure the best, I would say.
Top two. And with him going pull first, I mean, this is just so incredibly difficult for Maru to pull through with a win here. 3 drones now pulled.
Doesn't want that bunker to go up, because if a bunker does get up, it still gets kind of hard. Now, notice how far away he put it. Really, really smart by Maru, because it forces him to way overcommit with drones like this.
He's being very careful to take a minimum amount of damage. He got that SCV, so that's not building anymore. Oh, he's going to get a surround!
Well, he did bring a lot of drones out for this, so he's definitely losing some mining time. Lost 1 drone as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. At least 1.
But now he can send them home, and he's going to have plenty of Zerglings out. The one thing you do have to look out for when you have the Speedling first against 2 racks is if they make Marines nonstop, they hit a point with the Marine count where it's ridiculously hard to kill with Zerglings. It hits like a critical mass, where your surface area isn't equal to their like damage output, and they actually can kill off a ton of Speedlings.
Looks like the Lings are going to go around. No, maybe not. No, really, this is a almost unwinnable position here for Maru. This game will either end with the Zerg winning, or it will stabilize, and the Terran will be playing from a disadvantage. Although I guess if he lost all these Lings, that would not be good. That's one way to lose your lead.
Yeah, he actually got those 2 SCVs, but did lose quite a few Lings there. And it looks like it is time to go home with these Raxes.
I gotta say, beyond this, I think actually Maru handled this very, very well.
Yeah, he really did. A nice micro there by Life, but he's gonna be able to get all these Marines, and you know, the one thing is he hasn't started any hatchery yet, so that could be an issue.
Yeah, this would be actually quite funny to see Life lose this from the situation.
Yeah.
Do you think he sent his drones too far out?
It feels like he did, but he might have been really afraid of the critical mass type of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe he felt like he really needed to commit there. Well, he's going to harass here slightly.
Yeah,
not going to be able to get through, unfortunately.
Marines will pop out, and that's when that's going to end.
So, I mean, this game might go ahead and normalize Tasteless.
How about that? We're both quite confident this would probably end pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
well, I thought he was going to get
Life's handling of that was a bit lackluster.
I thought he was going to get enough Speedlings to just kind of surround and kill everything off. But this is kind of a late hatchery. Of course, it's going to take Maru a little bit before he takes this expand. He just has to make a few more Marines and push the Zerglings out before he floats down. Yeah.
Now, I think in this situation, we'll probably see the Zerg not take the gold base. He'll probably go down to the bottom left, since Terran has a little bit of an econ lead here. You know, with the second orbital done, he's dropping a lot of mules. He's totally safe. I would say going for the gold base as a Zerg would probably be a mistake. Would you agree?
The gold base. I think going for the gold base would be okay because he already has speed, and he's kind of economically he's not in a great spot. But if he did go for that, he could like maybe go into Ro8 Speedling or something like that.
You think maybe he would have to go to the gold base, possibly even as a risk because he needs to do something now?
It's possible, but just like lifestyle overall, I think can incorporate a gold base into it very well. But it looks like he's going layer and getting a bunch of gas.
The starport is on the way now. And yeah, this game is completely stabilized. We're now into a normal TVZ.
Well, it
we
looks
have
like
Life going heavily into tech here.
And we have Maru going heavily into mech here.
Yeah.
Second factory on the way. So, looks like we are going to have a mech game here, which is cool because the map is so small, which makes mech even more powerful than it already is, which is crazy powerful.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, the pushing distance here, especially with the way the map is set up architecturally, he could actually really get in there and do a good amount of damage. We have Cloak coming here with a Banshee. Now, this is interesting. The Banshee with the Hellions can do a lot of damage, can push creep, can get the Zerg to be in a defensive posture. Oh, Link's coming by.
Yeah, that's not going to quite work out. But hey, if he can pick off a Hellion or something, well, he makes him come back, so that's nice. Gets an SCV. I guess that's about as good as he could have hoped for there. And at this point, I think he pretty much knows that this is mech, even though he's only seen one factory. When you see the 2 Raxes laying down like that at the wall, it's like, oh, why aren't you making Marines?
It's a good indicator, yeah. Those would otherwise be in the main, you know, reactor and everything else. So he's got a nice wall up here with the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren. And the third base is not going to be obtainable for a little bit here. He got that drone in. Had the drone maybe made the hatchery a little bit earlier, the Hellions would not be able to contest it. They're not very strong against buildings, but now it's the Hellions and the Banshees with a tight grip on you know, where life can take this game.
Definitely some map control going on, but he does have the Roach Warren and the Spire coming up. He can choose either tech route at this point. I do think that we're going to see mutas being made, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If he tries to go Roach off 2 base against mech, I don't think that that's a...
Well, Spire's almost done here, and he's banked up more than enough gas, so mutas, I think, are the only thing to go for.
It does look like it. Maru's harassment not doing much other than containing.
Yep, but let's see how much anti-air actually Maru has here. Right now, I don't know if he has enough. It seems like he's treating this like the Zerg would be going for ground. We see Widow Mines being made. We don't see turrets yet inside the main.
Yeah, the turrets could be a little bit late here.
We have a Viking here to try to, it looks like get rid of Overlords on the map. But yeah, there's no anti-air yet. There are Thors being made, but you get enough mutas, you can magic box over those Thors and take them out easily.
And those Thors are going to be a little bit late, but he does have those mines, as you said. So maybe with those 2 mines and 8 Marines and 1 Viking, he can mount a defense. And it looks like with these mutas chasing away the Hellions, that's going to give him plenty of time to get up his turrets as well as make some Thors.
Funny, because I'm betting that Life assumes that there were already turrets. Or oh, wow, no, he got a changeling. That just got in there. But he might have assumed prior that, you know, there was adequate anti-air defense, so he might as well push the Hellions back.
Well, it looks like he's going to go right after these Marines right now. And, you know, with no healing, he's going to be able to get quite a few of them.
All right, the mutas now hitting the depots here. The Thors are going to drive them out. And by the way, the Zerg is now getting that third up and running. He's switching into Roaches, as we see here. And, you know, one of the things he wants to do here is try to keep Maru stuck on 2 bases. Getting the third base here with mech specifically is not easy.
Yeah, you know, you've got to make sure that you have the right composition. For instance, if we see a bunch of Roaches coming out, and we do see, like, Roach speed coming and some Roaches coming out, but if you don't have enough siege tanks to hold that off, they can get in there and mess up your base, kill off a bunch of SCVs, and suddenly you're way behind.
All right, nice job here coming here with the SCVs. Still no anti-air there. He buzzed those Widow Mines. And oh my God, they both connected. I thought he'd barely get away in time.
That was pretty close. By the skin of his teeth, he hit those.
Stem now starting. So I'm kind of surprised. Is he going to switch into?
This is a different build. This is like what Fantasy has done before. It looks like it's. In fact, no, it's even older than that. This looks to me more like an old Beyond build, where he would go mech for a little bit while getting attack upgrades for everything instead of like getting just all upgrades for one set of units.
Yeah.
And then he'd just add a ton of Raxes and push across the map. But we've seen stuff like this kind of recently as well. And it's very, very powerful against layer tech Zerg.
All right, the Roaches are now coming up here. It looks like there's adequate defense here with these Thors in the back.
Well,
the Roaches are spreading out pretty well. No, you know what? I spoke too soon. Let's see. Is he actually going to push forward here? He actually, no, yeah, he's got way too much. What am I talking about? He takes out these Thors fairly easily. The repair, though, is slowing them out a little bit.
Well, that was very worthwhile when you think about it.
Yeah.
He got to kill off quite a few tech units, a bunch of landed Vikings.
The tanks there, the tanky units for the Terran are all gone. Now it's just the siege tanks and the Thors.
Oh, man.
And we see SCVs repairing, making this pretty difficult to kill, but there's just too much mutas and the Roaches here. And now, as I was saying earlier, it's just too hard for Maru to get his third base up and running. Now he's going in here to the second. A lot of SCVs are going to be picked up. Life looking like he's in a great position.
Indeed. He's done so much damage with this little Roach push, something that it looks like Maru just absolutely did not expect. And this went from a situation where it looked like Maru was going to be way ahead to a situation where I don't know that Maru has any possibilities to come back.
Well, when you get hit like this early on with mech, it's nearly impossible to recuperate. I mean, mech, one of the key elements of mech is you're building up to a certain army type that is very, does high damage output, but every unit is too precious. and you know, it takes too long to increment, for instance, either the tanks out, stuff like that, the Thors out. That when you're set back to square one, like we see has happened here to Maru, the Zerg has so much room to get even more ahead. I mean, look at the supplies; they're even 121 to 30 now. GG.
It's quite a difference in supplies.
Indeed.
121 to 30. 30 is a supply for the early game, not for the mid game.
Yes.
So, really well done by Life.
It started out
edge of his
quite
seat.
interesting there. Don't forget that was the game that started out with two 11 Raxes.
Yeah, it actually ended up doing a bit more damage than I thought it would, just because of the pulled drones, really.
I wonder how much of a morale blow this is going to be tomorrow. I mean, when you think about it, he did open that up with a proxy Rax that got shut down pretty easily, switched into mech. Life had no problem handling that.
And you know what? He even stopped the Mule's harassment reasonably well. I think that that's just one that you're like, oh, I screwed that up. Because if he hadn't walked down the ramp that moment and had the roaches hit him right then, he would have been fine. Like, if he knew that was coming, you just, like, lift your third, lose a few SCVs retreating, and get a few more siege tanks and then take it.
I don't know if mech's the right build for that map.
Yeah,
I just don't.
well,
I mean,
any small map, I kind of like the idea of mech on. Right?
I just don't like the fact that the third's so far away. I mean, it's really tough to control. Let's say that he does manage to get that third up. He's going to be so spread out, you can even do drops or other things to hurt him.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a map where air is quite strong. So.
Yeah. But I do see your point with it being tight and they're both hugging the top, right? I mean, all you have to do with mech is just push into the main and you win.
Yeah, you push straight out and like. How many siege tanks does it take to get to the center of Habitation Station?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 3 siege tanks.
Whoa! You just did. That's the Tootsie Roll commercial,
that's
right?
That's a Tootsie Roll commercial. That's so old, no
that
one understands.
That owl is a douchebag.
Yeah.
He ate that kid's candy, man. All right. We're going to Life against Maru, game number 2. Maru needs to start to turn this around here. Right now at the GSL.